how prepared was your team?
Oh, funny you should ask. In the summer of 2001, the commander of the DiLorenzo Clinic and I had a conversation about having a joint exercise between the two clinics. Dr. Geiling and I decided on a scenario of a jetliner striking the Pentagon at the heliport. And we chose that scenario because if, as you know, living in Washington, D.C., certain times of the year it gets foggy, and you also know that the airliners coming into National Airport come in from the north generally, and they turn right over the Pentagon for their final approach into National Airport.
Into Reagan there, it's pretty close. Yeah.
And so we thought it would be a somewhat realistic scenario that one of these airliners could get off course, get their altitude wrong, have a mechanical problem, and strike the Pentagon. And
so you trained for this exact scenario?
We did.
Almost.
And so after we performed the exercise, we went back through and addressed a number of issues that were deficient. Things like we didn't have very many stretchers, and they were stored pretty far away from the clinic. So we obtained a bunch of stretchers, and we found a storage area right in the clinic, in the DiLorenzo clinic. Our radios didn't communicate well with the Pentagon emergency personnel, so we made sure we got radios that would communicate with what we now call PIFPA, the Pentagon Force Protection Agency, and with Arlington Fire and Rescue.
Local. Gotcha.
We also didn't have good visibility on what was happening during the emergency, so we devised a procedure where when we stood up the medical center control center, we would send a person with a radio to the on-scene commander's location just to keep us advised of what was going on so we could anticipate medical needs.
Wow.
We also, it was hard to tell in the emergency situation what role each healthcare provider had. Some were technicians, some were nurses, some were pharmacists, some were doctors. And so we obtained vests that had that clearly marked, so we knew who our team members were.
Makes sense.
And we did a few other things. Those are the main things.
So all that was taking place the summer before the
summer before.